Hi, Statesmen Nation. Welcome to another season preview as we're sitting down with head men's wrestling coach Aaron Scott, getting ready for the 22-23 season, Coach. Before we talk about that year, let's talk about 21-22. Had a couple of qualifiers, had a top 4 finish, I think, right, in the Hart Championship. So a lot of those guys back, really strong in the middle. So let's recap 21-22 real quick here.
Yeah, 21-22 was, by far my best season since I've been head coach. And we were definitely, our strength was in those middleweights there. We did have, the 2 national qualifiers with Cameron Hargrove at 149, Mikhail Stanley at 174. Cameron made it to the blood round of nationals, so he was that close to being an All-American. Conference tournament, we had a top 4 finish, 4th place, and that's kind of where we're sitting at. And for this season, we really only lost Nadelo Charles Pierre for 125, so everybody's kind of coming back. So we're plus bolstering it with a couple transfers and our freshman incoming class here. So, overall, 2022 was a great season for us, and we were kind of looking at that maybe like a breakout, or kind of for us that to getting over that hump to go to the next level. So, it was a good. We ended it on a good note, though we fell a little bit short of what our goals were, but that kind of helped set the expectations for this season.
Right. Off-season wise, real quickly here, you brought in a lot of new individuals, like you said, trying to fill in a few of those weights, double up at some weights, just become overall stronger. What were you looking for in some of the recruiting class there?
Yeah, so last year, we were weak at our lower weights, and 125, 133, 141, and many times we were starting to duel off, sometimes, anywhere from 12 to 18 in the hole, which that kind of, it affects how we perform after that. When you start off that far in the hole, if some of those guys are paying attention to that, then that affects them, or that puts a little bit of pressure. Fortunately, we had some really tough guys in the middle weights that kind of dug out of that hole for us. So we really focused on those lower weights for us, and and I think we did pretty well. I think we're a lot better where we're at this year in those lower weights. We have some freshmen that are going to be starting for us tomorrow at those lower weights, so it's going to be exciting to see how they perform.
Cool. All right, well, let's talk about those lower weights. Let's start at 25. Let's get all the way up to heavyweight. So let's break down the lineup.
Yeah, so 125, we've got Jeffrey Myers. That's going to be starting out for us. We had wrestle-offs this last weekend, and he beat Brendan Nance. So Nance is going to be that second string guy for us, and we'll probably take him to the Falcon Invite this weekend. We'll see how they compete against light competition. So we want to see that as well. But right now, Jeffrey Myers is going to be starting for us. So he was, a tough wrestler out of the state of Washington.
Sure. Okay. 33.
33, we have 2 freshmen at 33. So Sabricino got the edge in the wrestle-off this past weekend from Wisconsin. And we also have Nate Lucero from Texas. So those 2 guys have been, it's been fun to watch them in the practice room. They get after it. They're, high energy, a lot of action. And we feel pretty confident that those guys are going to be able to compete at a high level. So Sabri's going to be getting that start tomorrow, but we're going to be taking Nate also this weekend to kind of, again, to see how they do at light competition.
Sure. Keep it rolling with 41.
141, Noah Aiken from Nebraska, incoming freshman. He won the wrestle-off and over Bryce Bennett. We're going to have Bryce starting off in the duels tomorrow, but we're going to take Noah this weekend. Mm-hmm. We're excited to, again, these freshmen are coming in and competing at a high level and pushing those returners, so he's helped elevate Bryce. Bryce is making that jump from 133 last year to 141. We feel like that was a little bit better for him. He feels a little bit stronger. He's looked a lot better, a little bit more energy, moving better. So we think that he's going to be competitive there once he kind of settles into that weight class there.
Yep. Yep. All right, now you start getting into the meat of the lineup there with 49 with obviously Cameron Hargrove, but he's got some competition there as well.
Yeah, Cameron Hargrove. He's the best guy on the team right now, and starting out ranked number 9 in the nation. We've got a freshman that he had in the wrestle-offs, Caden Fleek from Underwood, Iowa. So Caden is he kind of reminds me of a young McHale. He's very athletic, little green yet. We can I think him competing and wrestling with Cam every day is going to help elevate him, and he's going to be able to perform a little bit better and grow. But Cam's that by far the front leader there, and going to be starting the majority or all of the season for us. We may give Cam a break here and there, and allow Caden to take that spot and let him get some rest.
Yep. I know you're too deep at 57 with a couple of guys that are, I think, ranked within the conference, so you got to feel strong about Skews and Bunce, right?
Yeah, Skews and Bunce. Bunce is a transfer. He's a 2-time national qualifier, JUCO, transfer from Muskegon. So we're excited for those 2 guys. They've really been helping each other get better, and they had arguably probably the best match at wrestle-offs. Those guys were wrestling really tough, and it's good to see, guys that close.
Right.
That's just going to force those guys to get better. Steven got the edge in the match, so he's going to be starting 157 for us. We're going to be taking Cale to our tournaments and kind of being that 2 deep guy. And then when we have double duels, which we have 3 times this year, we'll probably, like tomorrow night, we're going to take Cale down with us.
Right.
We'll have Steven wrestle 1 match, Cale wrestle the other match. But I think those 2 guys are, right there. I think we can get those guys ranked in the nation and ultimately on to nationals this year. So we're pretty excited about that.
Definitely. All right, 65.
65. Matheson Mead is the starting guy for us. A little banged up right now. He had Braden Paglow, who's a freshman for us, out of Arizona in the wrestle-off. Pretty close match. We also have Preston Wiest, who's coming out of injury for the past 2 years. So we're finally getting him healthy. I think we're going to be he's going to be seeing some action tomorrow night at 165. Kind of also giving some time for Michael Baker, who is also kind of injured right now. So 65 is a deep weight for us as well. So we'll probably eventually have one of those guys go up to 174, and we'll go 2 deep there. But right now, with Michael getting healthy, we're going to have Matheson and Preston wrestling tomorrow night. We'll probably take Braden down to the Falcon Invite on Saturday just to see how he's going to do and compete and what we do with him. Sure,
definitely. All right, 74 starts with Mikhail Stanley. Who else we got in there?
Yeah, so Mikhail, he's the other returning national qualifier. The other guy ranked in the top 20. I think he's 15th in the nation right now. So we'll have one of the guys at 65 go up and to be the 2 deep there. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We have some freshmen that are maybe going to make a move down to 74 here after Christmas. Right. But right now, between 65, 74, we'll have 2 or 3 guys there that we can fill that spot.
Okay. 84.
84. So 84, we have Mason Walters. He started out at 184 last year and then went down to 174. Now he's back up at 184. Last year we had Jesse Sweary at 184 and Mason was down at 174. Jesse tore his ACL the start of our preseason here, so he's out this year. So Mason is filling in at 84, which he's kind of bulked. He's bulked up and filled that position. So he's going to be the starting guy. We also have Elijah Ramirez, who wrestled him in the wrestle-offs out of Texas, a freshman that wrestled tough, looked good, pushed him. And that's another thing too, where we can possibly move one of those guys down to 74 if we
Sure.
need to. But I think we're going to be pretty competitive at 84 and leave those guys there to fill that spot.
Okay, 97.
97 is Branson Batorf. You know, he was there last year. He started out at heavyweight,
Right.
moved down to 97.
Yeah, trimmed a lot of weight off.
Trimmed a lot of weight off, but I'm excited for him, you know, because he kind of really started hitting his stride towards the end of the season when it was, you know, we were running out of time, you know, wrestling like a heavyweight and then moving down to 97 and then trying to change style a little bit. But he's someone that always has a good gas tank and usually is breaking guys and getting them tired. So I'm excited for him to just have some momentum and some experience at 197 and wrestling like a 197 pounder. We've got Nick Ortega out of Michigan there that's in the wrestle-off that's pushing him there at 197.
Sure. Finally, heavyweight.
Heavyweight, we have Ross Vai is going to be starting for us. He's kind of filling in the spot for in the wrestle-offs. We had Steven Martinez de la Cotera, you know, that won the wrestle-offs, but I think, you know, we're probably going to look at redshirting him this year.
Okay.
Maybe not. It's something we're kind of thinking about. He's a big guy, and he has a lot of potential that we would like to give him a year to grow and then use him a little bit later on after he's improved a lot, because he's a good listener and he's already gotten a lot better.
Right.
So he's a freshman that we're excited about. So Ross is going to be starting for us. You know, I could see Cameron Mitchell getting in there at the beginning of the next semester.
Sure.
So.
Okay. Schedule-wise, looks similar to the past, but you know, you're going to have that mix of duels and tourneys, just like always. What are some of the events that kind of stick out for you guys this year, and you're really excited about?
Yeah, so we're going to go back to the Falcon Invite, which is this Saturday. We like that one because it's the same arena where the Nationals take place. So to take a group of guys down there to get familiar with competing in the arena for Nationals, I think is a good thing, and it's a smart thing to do. Grandview Open is becoming a preseason mini national tournament.
Yeah.
You know, there's and it's just an hour away for us, so there's always tough guys, and some of the best teams in the country are going to be there. So we get to really see early on where we're at and what we need to work on. So that's always an exciting one. And then another exciting one, a duel coming up at home this year, is Missouri Valley. You know, we're excited for that. You know, we were close last year.
Yeah,
you know, we almost got it. We had to, you know, too many injuries at 97 and had to forfeit there. So our guys are excited for that one and to have that at home. And, you know, we're trying to sell that out and fill the pack for that, because I think that's going to be exciting when they have a good team and they're ranked in the top 20. But we feel like that's going to be a good one for us. So that's what we got coming up this month that, you know, we're excited for.
Yeah. And it's a long season, a lot. I mean, before you know it, it's over too. But obviously, you want to be going your best when mid-February hits, and you got a conference like we've hosted the last few times here, and hopefully, you know, a little home cooking will pay off in mid-February, and they earn some bids to go to nationals in March. So
we're excited for hosting conference again. Obviously, you know, I think that's a big thing. Yeah. You know, like you said, it's a big thing for our guys and just the program to host that, and it's a lot of fun and something that we definitely look forward to.
Yeah. So, and speaking of nationals in March, obviously that's the end goal. Everybody wants to get there, and you want to, do your best there. What's it going to take for the guys to reach their goals? If maybe not nationals, but finishing high in conference, whatever their goals might be. But as a team, what's it going to take for you guys to reach your goals?
Yeah, so we want to get top 3 in the conference. So we're probably going to have to place 9 guys. Yeah. Place 9 guys at conference, and we want to be top 20 in the nation. So we're going to have to probably send 6 guys to nationals and have 2 All-Americans. Yeah. And I think that's doable. Right. I think they've changed it, and now there's 280 participants at the national tournament. So they're ranking 25 guys. So I think it'll be easier now than it ever has been before for getting guys into nationals. And I think, like last year, I think Steven Skews was one of those guys that would probably be in that 20 to 25 range, and he could have went to nationals. And we want, I think Matheson, obviously he was ranked and didn't perform as well as he wanted to or we thought he could at conference. So he's another one of those guys that we feel can be in there. And then all of those guys that people don't know about yet.
Right.
And that's where, I think, I wanted to go back and check. I think we started out conference maybe like ranked 7th and maybe a handful, just a couple of guys, and then we ended up finishing 4th and having, 3 guys ranked in the nation. And I think, we kind of came in under the radar and exceeded expectations, and I feel like we're going to do that again this year.
Right.
And that people just don't know who the freshmen are, but these guys are wrestling hard right now, and they're working hard. They're really well conditioned right now, and I'm looking forward to it. There's a good culture right now, a good family feel, and these guys get along well, and I think they're really going to compete well.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it sounds like they're working hard against each other and everything, and learning a lot from each other. So hopefully that'll pay off dividends down the road. So.
Yeah.
All right, the men's wrestling team will start at the Avila duels tomorrow. Avila and Bethany, Kansas. I just drew a blank. So Avila and Bethany on Wednesday, and then moving ahead, the Friends invite this weekend down in Kansas as well. So expect a lot of news coming out of men's wrestling this year, all on statesmanathletics.com, as well as all of our WPU Athletics social media accounts. So definitely check out all of that stuff. Best of luck, Coach, this year, and we'll keep tabs on you. So,
yeah,
all right, thanks.
Appreciate it.